Hey everyone, welcome back to Level Up Switch. I'm Matt, and today we're diving deep into the ultimate list of the top 50 best Nintendo Switch games as of 2025. This has been an incredible year for the Switch, with some absolutely phenomenal releases and timeless classics that continue to define what makes this console so special. Whether you're a seasoned gamer looking for your next obsession, or you're new to the Switch and wondering where to start, this comprehensive list has something for everyone. We've got indie darlings, pussy AA blockbusters, exclusives you can't play anywhere else, and some surprising entries that might just become your new favorites. So grab your Joy-Cons, get comfortable, and let's dive into the games that make the Nintendo Switch the incredible gaming machine it is today. Starting off our list with what many consider the greatest 1-2 punch in gaming history. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and its mind-blowing sequel, Tears of the Kingdom. These games didn't just redefine open-world exploration, they completely revolutionized what we expect from the medium itself. Breath of the Wild broke every rule in the Zelda playbook, and emerged as a masterpiece that feels as fresh today as it did at the Switch's launch. The way it encourages experimentation, rewards curiosity, and makes every mountain peak feel like a personal conquest is nothing short of magical. And just when we thought lightning couldn't strike twice, Tears of the Kingdom arrived with its incredible building mechanics and sky islands, proving that innovation in this series knows no bounds. The physics engine alone provides endless entertainment. Whether you're creating elaborate contraptions to solve puzzles, launching yourself across Hyrule with improvised flying machines, or simply watching a boulder roll down a hill in the most realistic way possible. These aren't just games, they're digital playgrounds that respect your intelligence and creativity. If you own a Switch and haven't experienced these masterpieces, you're missing out on gaming history in the making. Next up, we have a perfect example of how to honor the past while embracing the future. Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake. Released on November 14, 2024, this stunning reimagining takes one of the most beloved JRPGs of all time and gives it a visual makeover that will leave you speechless. The HD 2D art style, perfected by Square Enix in games like Octopath Traveler, transforms the classic 8-bit adventure into something that looks like a living, breathing storybook. Every sprite is lovingly crafted, every environment tells a story, and the lighting effects create an atmosphere that the original could only dream of achieving. But this isn't just a pretty face. The core Dragon Quest III experience remains intact, with its epic tale of heroism, its strategic turn-based combat, and that distinctive charm that has made this series a cultural phenomenon in Japan. The quality of life improvements make this the definitive way to experience Erdrick's legendary journey, whether you're a longtime fan or discovering this classic for the first time. The orchestral soundtrack will give you chills, and the modernized interface makes managing your party and inventory a breeze.
The legacy begins.
The Mario Brothers are back in action with Mario and Luigi Brothership, launched on November 7th, 2024, and it's everything fans of the series have been hoping for. After years of uncertainty about the future of this beloved RPG franchise, Alpha Dream's spiritual successors have delivered an experience that captures all the charm, humor, and strategic depth that made the original games so special. The timing-based combat system returns in full force, requiring you to press buttons at precise moments to maximize damage and minimize incoming attacks. It's a system that's easy to learn but incredibly satisfying to master, turning every battle into an engaging minigame. The brotherly dynamic between Mario and Luigi has never been more endearing, with their animations and interactions telling a story of teamwork and sibling bonds that will warm your heart. The writing is absolutely top-notch. filled with the kind of clever wordplay and situational comedy that the series is known for. Every NPC has something interesting to say, every location has its own personality, and the main quest strikes the perfect balance between epic adventure and lighthearted fun. The puzzle design is particularly brilliant, often requiring you to think creatively about how Mario and Luigi's unique abilities can work together to overcome obstacles. Step into the wizarding world like never before with Hogwarts Legacy, the open-world RPG that finally gives us the Harry Potter game we've been dreaming of for decades. This isn't just a tie-in or a shallow cash grab. It's a fully realized magical experience that treats the source material with the respect and attention to detail it deserves. The recreation of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry is absolutely breathtaking. Every corridor, every portrait, every moving staircase has been crafted with meticulous attention to detail. You'll spend hours just exploring the castle, discovering secret passages, solving ancient puzzles, and uncovering the rich history hidden within these magical walls. The spellcasting system is incredibly satisfying, with each incantation requiring different wand movements and timing. Combat feels weighty and impactful, whether you're deflecting curses in wizard duels or taking down magical creatures in the Forbidden Forest. The character customization lets you create your ideal witch or wizard, and the house system adds meaningful choices that affect your entire playthrough. Supergiant Games struck gold with Hades, a roguelike dungeon crawler that proves this challenging genre can have a heart, a story, and characters you genuinely care about. Every death in Hades isn't a failure, it's progress, both in terms of game mechanics and narrative development. The gameplay loop is absolutely addictive. Each escape attempt from the underworld feels different thanks to the incredible variety of weapons, power-ups, and build combinations. The combat is fluid and responsive, requiring both quick reflexes and strategic thinking. Whether you prefer the classic sword, the long-range bow, or the explosive railgun, each weapon has multiple aspects that completely change how it plays. But what elevates Hades from great to masterpiece is its storytelling. The voice acting is phenomenal, with every character from Zagreus to Meg to Hades himself brought to life with personality and depth. The relationships you build with both allies and enemies evolve naturally over multiple runs, creating investment in characters you might not expect to care about. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is the perfect example of how to enhance an already excellent game while adding something completely new and unexpected. The original 3D World was a fantastic cooperative platformer on Wii U, but this Switch version elevates it to new heights with improved performance, additional content, and the incredible Bowser's Fury expansion. The main game showcases some of the most creative level design in the entire Mario catalog. Each stage introduces new mechanics, new power-ups, or new challenges that keep the experience fresh from start to finish. The catsuit remains one of Mario's most delightful transformations, allowing for unique traversal options and absolutely adorable animations. The 4-player co-op is chaotic in the best possible way, creating moments of both teamwork and hilarious sabotage. But Bowser's Fury is where this package truly shines. This open-world Mario experiment gives us a taste of what a true 3D Mario sandbox might look like. The day-night cycle that transforms Bowser into a kaiju-sized threat creates genuine tension and excitement. When Fury Bowser emerges, the entire world changes. Music intensifies, the environment becomes dangerous, and you must adapt your strategy on the fly. Octopath Traveler II proves that sometimes the sequel can surpass the original in every meaningful way. This JRPG masterpiece takes everything that made the first game special and refines it to near perfection, creating an experience that feels both nostalgic and thoroughly modern. The HD 2D art style reaches new heights here, with lighting effects, particle systems, and environmental details that create some of the most beautiful scenes in gaming. Each of the 8 protagonists comes from a distinctly different region, and the visual variety between these locations is stunning. From sun-drenched deserts to snow-covered mountains to bustling industrial cities, every area feels alive and purposeful. The storytelling has been significantly improved from the first game. While each character still has their own individual journey, the connections between their stories feel more natural and meaningful. The writing tackles mature themes with nuance and respect, creating emotional moments that will stay with you long after the credits roll.
And the people who call it home. And that's why I want to protect it. And that means I'm going to fight! It is our mission.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is a perfect example of how to take a beloved concept and expand it in creative, surprising ways. This spooky adventure showcases some of the most impressive technical achievements on the Switch, with lighting effects, physics simulations, and character animations that push the hardware to its limits. The Last Resort Hotel is essentially a character in itself, with each floor offering a completely different theme and set of challenges. From a medieval castle floor complete with suits of armor and ghostly knights, to a film studio floor with elaborate movie sets, the variety keeps you constantly surprised and engaged. The environmental storytelling is exceptional. You can piece together the hotel's history and the fate of its guests just by observing the details in each room. Luigi's characterization has never been better. His reluctant heroism, his genuine fear, and his determination to save his friends create a protagonist who's both relatable and admirable. The way he interacts with the environment, calling out for Mario, jumping at unexpected sounds, humming along to the music, makes him feel like a real person rather than just a game character.
It helps to get other ghosts in on the action. Next, the suction shot. Fire the plunger to attach it to something, then pull the string and...
Platinum Games delivered something truly special with Astral Chain, a unique action experience that blends stylish combat, investigative gameplay, and a compelling sci-fi narrative into something unlike anything else on the Switch. The Legion system is absolutely brilliant in its execution. Controlling both your character and your supernatural partner simultaneously creates a combat system with incredible depth and complexity. Each Legion type offers completely different playstyles. The Sword Legion for aggressive melee combat, the Arrow Legion for precise ranged attacks, the Beast Legion for speed and agility. Mastering the synergy between Human and Legion creates some of the most satisfying combat encounters in any action game. The investigation segments provide excellent pacing between the intense action sequences. These detective portions aren't just filler, they're genuine puzzles that require observation, deduction, and careful attention to environmental details. The way these segments flesh out the world and its characters adds meaningful depth to the overall experience.
Humanity straight to damnation!
Straight to damnation? You're the terrorist here!
You don't understand. My heart goes out to you too.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate lives up to its name in every possible way. This is the definitive fighting game experience, not just for the Switch, but for any platform. With over 80 characters, hundreds of stages, and more game modes than you can count, Ultimate offers virtually unlimited replay value. The roster is absolutely staggering in its scope and variety. From Nintendo icons like Mario and Link, to third-party legends like Cloud and Snake, to surprise inclusions like Piranha Plant and Steve from Minecraft, there's truly something for everyone. Each character feels unique and authentic to their source material, with movesets that capture what makes them special in their own games. The online functionality, while not perfect, opens up a world of competitive play that keeps the community thriving years after release. World of Light, the single-player adventure mode, provides hundreds of unique spirit battles that remix familiar characters and stages in creative ways. The way spirits modify battles creates scenarios you'd never experience in regular matches. Sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and cause some beautiful chaos, and Saints Row, the third, the full package, delivers exactly that experience. This complete edition includes all the DLC and expansion content, giving you hundreds of hours of over-the-top action in the fictional city of Steelport. The Saints Row series has always been about embracing the ridiculous, and the third represents the perfect balance between grounded crime story and complete absurdity. One moment you're engaged in serious gang warfare, the next you're skydiving while shooting enemies and listening to Kanye West. It's this tonal whiplash that makes the experience so memorable and entertaining. The character customization is incredibly deep, allowing you to create protagonists that range from realistic to completely outlandish. The upgrade system encourages experimentation with different playstyles, whether you prefer stealth approaches, explosive mayhem, or somewhere in between. The co-op campaign doubles the chaos and multiplies the fun.
Oh my god! You're the Saints! You have to sign this for me!
Anything for a fan.
Hey, Josh Burke. Don't be starstruck. Very approachable. Want me to sign your breasts?
Zombie Army Trilogy takes the satisfying sniping mechanics of the Sniper Elite series and transplants them into a supernatural World War II nightmare scenario. The result is one of the most unique and entertaining co-op experiences on the Switch. The premise is delightfully absurd. Hitler has raised an army of the undead as a last-ditch effort to win the war, and it's up to you and up to 3 friends to put these zombies back in the ground. The slow-motion kill cams that the series is famous for become even more satisfying when you're taking down hordes of supernatural enemies. The level design encourages both careful positioning and frantic survival, as waves of zombies force you to constantly adapt your strategy. The variety of weapons, from sniper rifles to shotguns to explosive traps, gives you plenty of options for dealing with different threats. The boss encounters are genuinely challenging and require teamwork and communication to overcome. Love it or hate it, Fortnite remains a cultural phenomenon that has fundamentally changed how we think about live service games. The Switch version proves that this battle royale experience can work brilliantly on Nintendo's hybrid console, bringing the full Fortnite experience to handheld gaming. The building mechanics that set Fortnite apart from other battle royales work surprisingly well with the Switch's controls. The ability to quickly construct defensive structures or create elaborate towers adds a strategic element that keeps matches unpredictable and exciting. The constant content updates mean there's always something new to discover, from new weapons and items to complete map overhauls. The creative mode deserves special recognition for essentially providing unlimited content. Players have recreated classic games, built incredible structures, and designed innovative game modes that rival professionally developed experiences. It's essentially become a game development platform disguised as a battle royale. If Saints Row the Third was over the top, then Saints Row at our 4. Re-Elected launches itself into orbit and keeps going. This is a game that gives you superpowers, makes you the President of the United States, and then traps you in a Matrix-style simulation, where the only solution is to cause as much mayhem as possible. The superpowers completely transform the gameplay experience. Running up buildings, gliding across the city, and throwing energy blasts turns what could have been a standard open-world crime game into something that feels more like a superhero simulator. The way these powers integrate with the combat and traversal systems creates a power fantasy that few games can match. The writing is absolutely bonkers in the best possible way. The game knows exactly how ridiculous it is and leans into that absurdity with complete commitment. The references to pop culture, the parodies of video game tropes, and the genuine character moments between the insanity create a tonal balance that shouldn't work but absolutely does. Morphies Law is one of those games that takes a simple concept and builds an entire unique experience around it. The core mechanic, where dealing damage to enemies causes parts of your character to grow while theirs shrink, creates a constantly evolving battlefield where strategy and adaptation are key. The visual comedy of watching your character's proportions change throughout a match never gets old. A tiny head with massive arms, enormous legs with a regular-sized torso. These transformations aren't just cosmetic, they actually affect your gameplay. Bigger limbs mean more health in those areas, but also make you a bigger target. The asymmetrical nature of the battles keeps matches unpredictable. Teams can swing from dominant to struggling based on how the size changes affect their mobility and target profiles. The various game modes take advantage of this mechanic in creative ways, creating scenarios where being bigger isn't always better. No Man's Sky has become the poster child for redemption stories in gaming. What launched as a disappointing and incomplete experience has evolved into one of the most ambitious and consistently updated games of the generation. The Switch version brings this vast universe exploration to handheld gaming in a way that feels almost magical. The procedural generation creates genuinely awe-inspiring moments of discovery. Landing on a new planet and seeing a landscape that no other player has ever experienced. Discovering unique fauna that exists nowhere else in the game's universe. These moments of exploration and wonder are what make No Man's Sky special. The base building system has evolved into something incredibly robust, allowing for everything from simple shelters to elaborate, multi-story complexes. The vehicle construction lets you build custom ships, rovers, and submarines that suit your exploration style. The multiplayer integration means you can share these discoveries and creations with friends. Hellblade. Senua's sacrifice is unlike anything else in gaming. This is a deeply personal, incredibly brave exploration of mental health, psychosis, and the human condition, wrapped in the framework of a Norse mythology-inspired adventure. It's not just a game, it's an experience that will change how you think about interactive storytelling. The audio design deserves special recognition as one of the greatest achievements in the medium. Recorded with binaural audio techniques, the voices in Senua's head create an immersive, sometimes uncomfortable experience that puts you directly into her psychological state. Playing with headphones isn't just recommended, it's essential for the full impact. Melina Juergen's performance as Senua is absolutely phenomenal. Every emotion, every moment of doubt, every flash of determination feels authentic and lived in. The motion capture and facial animation work together to create one of the most believable and empathetic protagonists in gaming.
Still hear his screams.
She afraid? She's scared. You destroyed everything. Fight me now. I'll give you my life.
Dying Light. Platinum Edition brings one of the most innovative zombie games ever made to the Switch in a surprisingly impressive port. The combination of parkour movement, day-night cycles, and intense survival horror creates an experience that never lets you get comfortable. The parkour system is absolutely brilliant, transforming navigation from a chore into pure joy. The way you can chain together jumps, climbs, and slides to traverse the urban environment creates a flow that makes every journey across the city feel dynamic and exciting. When night falls and the superpowered volatiles come out to hunt, this movement system becomes essential for survival. The crafting system strikes the perfect balance between complexity and accessibility. Creating weapons from everyday objects feels satisfying and creative, while the upgrade paths give you clear goals to work toward. The variety of weapons, from electrified machetes to explosive throwing stars, keeps combat fresh throughout the lengthy campaign. Wolfenstein II. The new Colossus brings ID Software's legendary first-person shooter franchise to Switch, with all the intense action and compelling storytelling intact. This is how you do a mature, narrative-driven shooter on Nintendo's platform. The gunplay is absolutely phenomenal, with each weapon feeling weighty and impactful. The variety of tools at your disposal, from stealthy, silenced pistols to devastating laser weapons, allows for multiple approaches to each encounter. The level design encourages experimentation with different tactics and playstyles. BJ Blazkowicz's story is surprisingly emotional and character-driven for a game about shooting Nazis. The writing tackles serious themes about resistance, family, and what it means to fight for your beliefs. The flashback sequences that explore BJ's childhood add depth and context that elevate the entire experience. Assassin's Creed. The Rebel Collection brings two of the series' most beloved entries to Switch, in a package that showcases everything that made these games special. Black Flag and Rogue represent the peak of the naval combat era of Assassin's Creed, and they hold up remarkably well. Black Flag remains one of the greatest pirate games ever made. The naval combat is satisfying and strategic, requiring you to manage wind direction, cannon types, and ship positioning to emerge victorious. The exploration of the Caribbean is breathtaking, with each island offering unique challenges and discoveries. Edward Kenway's transformation from selfish pirate to reluctant hero is brilliantly executed, with character development that feels earned rather than forced. The supporting cast of historical pirates creates a rogues gallery that's both entertaining and educational. Sonic X Shadow Generations celebrates the speed and style that made Sonic a gaming icon, while adding modern polish and additional content that makes this the definitive way to experience these classic adventures. The remastered Sonic Generations content looks absolutely stunning on Switch, with enhanced lighting, improved textures, and smooth performance that makes every loop, jump, and boost feel incredibly satisfying. The mix of 2D and 3D gameplay styles showcases the evolution of Sonic game design over the decades. The Shadow campaign is a fantastic addition that gives the ultimate life form his own time to shine. Shadow's unique abilities and darker storyline provide a nice contrast to Sonic's more lighthearted adventures. The level design takes advantage of Shadow's teleportation and energy attacks to create scenarios that feel distinct from traditional Sonic gameplay. LEGO Horizon Adventures is a brilliant crossover that brings Aloy's post-apocalyptic world into the charming, family-friendly LEGO universe. This unique collaboration proves that creative partnerships can produce something greater than the sum of their parts. The LEGO aesthetic transforms Horizon's sometimes heavy themes into something accessible for all ages, while maintaining the core elements that made the original special. The machine designs translate beautifully into brick form, creating creatures that are both recognizable and distinctly LEGO. The humor is perfectly calibrated with the kind of self-aware comedy that LEGO games are known for. The way familiar Horizon characters are reimagined as LEGO minifigures creates both nostalgia for fans and accessibility for newcomers.
That's it.
Always leave a place better than you found it.
Drop that beat, Silence!
Stray offers one of the most unique perspectives in gaming. You play as a stray cat navigating a cyberpunk city populated by robots. This simple premise creates an incredibly engaging adventure that feels both familiar and completely fresh. The cat animations and behaviors are absolutely perfect, capturing everything from the way cats move and jump to their curious nature and independent attitude. Every interaction feels authentic to how a real cat would behave in these situations. The cyberpunk setting is beautifully realized, with neon-lit streets, towering buildings, and hidden passages that beg to be explored. The environmental storytelling reveals the history of this robot civilization through careful observation and exploration. The Legend of Zelda. Echoes of Wisdom does something the series has never done before. It puts Princess Zelda in the starring role, and the result is absolutely magical. Released on September 13th, 2024, this game proves that fresh perspectives can breathe new life into even the most established franchises. Zelda's unique abilities set this apart from traditional Zelda games. Instead of relying on sword combat, you use the power of echoes to duplicate objects and creatures you encounter. This mechanic creates incredibly creative puzzle-solving opportunities and combat scenarios that feel completely fresh. The art style strikes a perfect balance between classic 2D Zelda and modern visual design. Every environment is lovingly crafted with details that reward careful exploration and observation. The animations are smooth and expressive, bringing Zelda's character to life in new ways. Super Mario Party. Jamboree brings the party game experience to new heights with an incredible variety of minigames, boards, and modes that make it the ultimate multiplayer experience on Switch. This is party gaming at its absolute best. The minigame collection is the strongest the series has ever offered, with over 100 different challenges that range from skill-based competitions to luck-driven chaos. The variety ensures that every player, regardless of gaming experience, can find minigames where they can compete and have fun. The board game modes offer different strategies and approaches, from traditional dice-rolling adventures to more modern mechanics that keep everyone engaged throughout the entire experience. The special events and character-specific abilities add layers of strategy that elevate this beyond simple luck.
A new record!
Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze represents 2D platforming at its absolute peak. Retro Studios took everything that made the original DKC Trilogy special and evolved it with modern design sensibilities and technical prowess that results in pure platforming perfection. The level design is absolutely brilliant, with each stage introducing new mechanics or challenges while building on skills you've learned in previous levels. The difficulty curve is perfectly calibrated, challenging enough to feel rewarding but never unfair or frustrating. The optional objectives in each level provide additional replay value for completionists. The soundtrack, composed by David Wise, is nothing short of extraordinary. Each track perfectly captures the mood and energy of its corresponding level, from the haunting melodies of underwater stages to the driving rhythms of factory levels. The music doesn't just accompany the gameplay, it enhances and elevates every moment. Mario Kart 8. Deluxe is the definitive kart racing experience, and one of the best reasons to own a Nintendo Switch. This enhanced version of the Wii U Classic includes all the original DLC, adds new characters and features, and delivers the smoothest, most exhilarating racing action the series has ever offered. The track design is absolutely phenomenal, with 48 courses that showcase incredible creativity and variety. From anti-gravity sections that let you drive on walls and ceilings to underwater segments and gliding portions, each track offers unique challenges and memorable moments. The visual diversity keeps every race feeling fresh and exciting. The handling model strikes the perfect balance between accessibility and depth. New players can jump in and immediately have fun, while veterans can master advanced techniques like boost timing and optimal racing lines. The variety of kart customization options allows you to tune your vehicle to match your playstyle. The Legend of Zelda. Link's Awakening proves that some games are truly timeless. This gorgeous remake of the beloved Game Boy Classic maintains everything that made the original special while adding modern conveniences and stunning visual design that brings Koholint Island to life like never before. The art style is absolutely magical, creating a world that looks like a living diorama or elaborate toy set. The tilt-shift effect and miniature aesthetic make every screen a work of art, while the character animations are charming and full of personality. This is how you do a remake with respect for both the source material and modern audiences. The dungeon design remains some of the best in the entire Zelda series. Each dungeon introduces unique mechanics and puzzles that require creative thinking and careful observation. The way items and abilities build upon each other throughout the adventure creates a perfect sense of progression and discovery. Animal Crossing. New Horizons arrived at exactly the right moment, providing a peaceful escape and creative outlet when the world needed it most. This life simulation game creates a virtual space where you can build, design, and socialize at your own pace, free from the pressures and competition of most modern games. The island customization tools are incredibly robust, allowing you to terraform your environment, place furniture outdoors, and create elaborate themed areas that reflect your personal vision. The seasonal events and regular content updates keep the experience fresh and provide reasons to return regularly. The social aspects work brilliantly whether you're visiting friends' islands to see their creative projects or participating in community events. The asynchronous multiplayer means you can leave gifts, messages, and surprises for friends to discover later, creating connections that persist even when you're not playing together. Plants vs. Zombies: Battle for Neighborville successfully translates the beloved tower defense series into a team-based shooter that maintains all the charm and humor of the original while adding engaging, competitive gameplay. The character variety is impressive, with plants and zombies each offering unique abilities and playstyles. From the aggressive pea shooter to the supportive sunflower, from the sneaky nightcap to the defensive citron, every character feels distinct and valuable to their team. The single-player content provides excellent value with story campaigns for both plants and zombies that feature challenging missions and entertaining cutscenes. The writing captures the quirky humor that makes this series special with dialogue and situations that will make you smile. Zombie Army 4 Dead War expands on the formula established in the trilogy with enhanced graphics, improved gameplay mechanics, and more varied mission design. This cooperative zombie shooter delivers exactly what it promises: intense action, satisfying gunplay, and plenty of undead to eliminate. The weapon customization system adds significant depth, allowing you to modify your arsenal with different attachments, ammunition types, and upgrade paths. The variety of ways to dispatch zombies keeps combat interesting throughout the lengthy campaign. The level design encourages both strategic positioning and frantic survival, as you'll need to adapt your tactics based on the types of zombies you're facing and the environmental challenges each mission presents. The boss encounters are particularly memorable, requiring teamwork and coordination to overcome. Strange Brigade captures the spirit of 1930s adventure serials with its supernatural setting, treasure hunting, and cooperative gameplay. This third-person shooter combines puzzle solving with intense combat in a package that feels both familiarness and fresh. The cooperative mechanics are expertly designed, requiring players to work together to solve environmental puzzles while managing waves of supernatural enemies. The character abilities complement each other perfectly, encouraging teamwork and communication. The narrator adds incredible charm to the experience, delivering commentary with the perfect mix of drama and humor that captures the B-movie adventure serial atmosphere. The writing and presentation create a world that's both exciting and self-aware.
Oh yes, this should certainly pack a paranormal punch.
Aliens. Fireteam Elite brings the terror and intensity of the Alien franchise to cooperative gaming. This cloud version on Switch delivers the full experience without compromising on visual fidelity or performance, proving that streaming technology can successfully bring demanding games to the platform. The atmosphere is absolutely perfect, capturing the industrial horror aesthetic of the films while adding new locations and scenarios that feel authentic to the universe. The sound design is particularly impressive, with the distinctive alien screeches and motion tracker beeps creating constant tension. The class-based gameplay encourages specialization and teamwork, with different roles providing unique advantages in combat situations. The progression system rewards regular play with new weapons, abilities, and customization options that enhance the long-term appeal. Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Mars-tered brings back one of the most satisfying destruction systems ever created in gaming. The fully destructible environments aren't just a gimmick. They're integral to both the gameplay and the storytelling, creating moments of emergent chaos that feel genuinely thrilling. The physics system allows for incredible creativity in how you approach objectives. Need to eliminate a target in a building? You could sneak in quietly, assault through the front door, or simply demolish the entire structure with explosives. The variety of approaches keeps missions feeling fresh and encourages experimentation. The remastered visuals enhance the already impressive destruction effects, while maintaining the smooth performance that makes the destruction feel impactful and satisfying. Watching a carefully placed charge bring down a massive structure never gets old. Destroy All Humans captures the B-movie sci-fi aesthetic perfectly, while providing a power fantasy that's both empowering and hilarious. Playing as Crypto, the alien invader, flips the typical invasion narrative and lets you be the one causing chaos instead of fighting it. The variety of alien weapons and abilities creates multiple approaches to each situation. Whether you prefer the subtle approach of mind control and disguise or the direct method of death rays and anal probes, the game supports your chosen playstyle with enthusiasm and humor. The writing is sharp and satirical, poking fun at 1950s American culture, UFO conspiracy theories, and sci-fi movie tropes with wit and intelligence. The voice acting brings these characters to life with perfect comedic timing. NieR Automata. The end of YoRHa edition brings one of the most ambitious and emotionally complex games of the generation to Switch, in a package that includes all the additional content. This is a game that defies easy categorization, blending action RPG combat with bullet hell shooting, philosophical storytelling, and genre-defying moments that will leave you questioning everything you think you know about interactive media. The combat system is fluid and satisfying, with a variety of weapon types and combo possibilities that make every encounter feel dynamic and engaging. The way the game seamlessly transitions between different gameplay styles, from traditional third-person action to top-down shooting to side-scrolling platforming, showcases incredible technical and design prowess. The story deals with heavy themes about consciousness, humanity, and what it means to exist, but it never feels pretentious or inaccessible. The characters, despite being androids, are more human than most video game protagonists, with complex motivations and relationships that evolve throughout the multiple playthroughs. Red Dead Redemption on Switch proves that even complex open-world experiences can work brilliantly in portable form. Rockstar's epic western maintains all the storytelling brilliance and atmospheric detail that made it a classic, while adapting perfectly to Nintendo's hybrid console. John Marston's journey from outlaw to reluctant hero remains one of gaming's great character arcs. The way his past slowly catches up with him while he tries to build a better future creates genuine emotional investment in the outcome. The world of the Dying West is meticulously crafted, with every location telling a story about the clash between civilization and frontier life. The random encounters and side activities create a living world that feels authentic and lived in.
How you doing?
L.A. Noire brings the golden age of detective fiction to life with incredible attention to period detail and groundbreaking facial animation technology. The Switch version maintains the sophisticated interrogation mechanics and noir atmosphere that made this such a unique experience. The investigation gameplay requires careful observation and logical deduction, making you feel like a real detective piecing together complex cases. The facial animation technology, revolutionary for its time, still impresses today and is crucial for reading suspects and witnesses during interrogations. The recreation of 1940s Los Angeles is stunning, with authentic architecture, vehicles, and cultural details that transport you to a different era. The cases range from simple crimes to complex conspiracies that reveal the corruption beneath the city's glamorous surface. Dark Souls. Remastered proves that challenging, complex experiences can work brilliantly on Switch. This definitive version of From Software's masterpiece maintains all the difficulty and depth that made it legendary while running smoothly on Nintendo's hardware. The interconnected world design is still unmatched in gaming, with shortcuts and connections that reward exploration and create genuine moments of discovery and relief. The way areas loop back on themselves creates a sense of place and geography that few games achieve. The combat system rewards patience, observation, and learning from failure. Every death teaches you something new about enemy patterns, environmental hazards, or your own limitations. The satisfaction of finally overcoming a challenging boss or area is unmatched in gaming. Alien. Isolation creates the most authentic recreation of Ridley Scott's original film ever achieved in interactive media. The AI-driven xenomorph creates genuine terror and unpredictability that keeps you constantly on edge throughout the entire experience. The atmosphere is absolutely perfect, from the retro-futuristic technology to the industrial environments that feel lived in and realistic. The sound design is particularly impressive, with every noise potentially signaling danger or safety. The survival mechanics require careful resource management and strategic thinking. You can't simply fight your way through problems. You must use stealth, distraction, and environmental awareness to survive encounters with the perfect organism. Metroid Dread represents the triumphant return of 2D Metroid after years of waiting. This isn't just a nostalgic throwback, it's a modern masterpiece that evolves the formula while maintaining everything that made the series special. The movement and combat feel incredibly fluid and responsive, with new abilities that expand traversal options in creative ways. The ME sequences create genuine tension and fear, forcing you to use stealth and quick thinking to survive encounters with these nearly invincible hunters. The interconnected world design rewards exploration and backtracking, with new abilities constantly opening up previously inaccessible areas. The boss battles are intense and memorable, requiring pattern recognition and precise execution to overcome. Super Mario Odyssey redefines what a 3D Mario game can be with its capture mechanic and globe-trotting adventure. The ability to possess enemies and objects creates gameplay possibilities that feel both familiar and completely fresh. Each kingdom offers unique challenges and visual styles that showcase incredible creativity and technical prowess. From the realistic New Donk City to the surreal Luncheon Kingdom, every location feels distinct and memorable. The movement system is pure joy, with precise controls that make every jump, throw, and capture feel satisfying and responsive. The optional objectives and hidden moons provide hundreds of hours of additional content for completionists. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 concludes the numbered trilogy with an epic story that brings together characters and themes from the previous games while standing on its own as a remarkable JRPG experience. The world design is breathtaking in scope and detail, with environments that feel truly massive and alive.
That's the way of our world.
The day-night cycle and weather effects create atmospheric moments that enhance both exploration and storytelling. The combat system balances accessibility with strategic depth, allowing new players to enjoy the experience while providing enough complexity for veterans to master. The class system encourages experimentation and provides clear progression goals.
They're his view!
Sword march. The land pierced by a great sword. It's the only way you're...
Pokémon Legends. Arceus represents the boldest reimagining of the Pokémon formula in the series' history. Set in ancient Sinnoh, it introduces open-world exploration and real-time catching mechanics that feel fresh and exciting. The research-based gameplay creates new ways to interact with Pokémon beyond just battling. Observing behaviors, Trying different approaches to encounters and completing detailed studies of each species adds depth to the collection experience. The streamlined mechanics remove many of the barriers that made previous games feel tedious, while maintaining the strategic elements that make Pokémon battles engaging. The alpha Pokémon encounters provide genuine challenge and excitement. Hollow Knight proves that indie games can compete with the biggest other AAA productions in terms of scope, quality, and artistic vision. This Metroidvania masterpiece creates a haunting world that's both beautiful and deeply melancholic. The hand-drawn art style is absolutely gorgeous, with character designs and environments that feel both alien and familiar. The animation work is incredibly smooth and expressive, bringing personality to even the smallest background characters. The combat system is challenging but fair, requiring precise timing and pattern recognition to master. The variety of charms and abilities allows for different playstyles and approaches to the game's numerous challenges. Splatoon 3 perfects the unique formula of Nintendo's colorful competitive shooter, with new weapons, modes, and quality-of-life improvements that make it the definitive Splatoon experience. The core gameplay of territory control through ink coverage creates a unique strategic dynamic that sets it apart from traditional shooters. The variety of weapons and playstyles ensures that every player can find an approach that suits them. The single-player campaign provides excellent training for multiplayer, while telling an engaging story about the post-apocalyptic world. The regular content updates and seasonal events keep the community engaged and the meta evolving. Earth Defense Force. World Brothers takes the chaotic action of the EDF series and adds a charming voxel art style that makes the destruction feel even more satisfying. This is pure B-movie action translated into gaming form. The cooperative gameplay encourages teamwork while allowing for the kind of friendly chaos that makes local multiplayer so entertaining. The variety of weapons and vehicles provides different approaches to dealing with the giant insect threats. The mission variety keeps the action fresh, with objectives that range from simple extermination to complex rescue operations. The physics-based destruction creates emergent moments of comedy and spectacle. Warframe brings the full free-to-play Space Ninja experience to Switch with cross-platform progression and all the content updates that have made it one of the most successful online games of the generation. The movement system is incredibly fluid and satisfying, allowing for wall running, sliding, and aerial combat that makes you feel like an unstoppable space warrior. The variety of Warframes provides different abilities and playstyles to master. The cooperative missions encourage teamwork while allowing for individual expression through customization and playstyle choices. The regular content updates mean there's always something new to discover and master. World War Z delivers intense cooperative zombie action with swarm mechanics that create some of the most thrilling survival scenarios on the Switch. The way hundreds of zombies can overwhelm your position creates genuine tension and excitement. The class-based progression system encourages specialization while allowing for team coordination and strategy. Each class brings unique abilities and equipment that can turn the tide of battle when used effectively. The various scenarios and difficulty levels provide substantial replay value, with each playthrough offering different challenges based on team composition and player skill levels.
In the name of mercy.
And that wraps up our comprehensive list of the top 50 best Nintendo Switch games of 2025. What an incredible journey through some of the finest interactive entertainment ever created. From the genre-defining masterpieces like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, to the surprising indie gems like Hollow Knight and Stray, to the cooperative adventures that bring friends and families together, this list really showcases the incredible diversity and quality that makes the Switch such a phenomenal gaming platform. I'm Matt, this has been Level Up Switch, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be diving deep into some of the most anticipated games coming to Switch in the rest of 2025. Until then, keep gaming, keep exploring, and keep having fun with this incredible hobby we all share. Thanks for watching.